Hello, welcome to Sister Talk.
My name's Ashley.
I'm Ty.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Sanaa.
Okay.
So today we decided to get together and talk about our greatest loss, and the greatest loss has been the loss of our mother, LaVon. So I guess first you guys want to talk about when we found out that day.
Yeah, what's the start?
That's my cue. Okay, where did that day start? That day, I went to work, got off half day at work, and I came home, and I know she was sick. Mom was sick earlier that day because you stay home from school taking care of her. Yeah. And we eventually decided to get her to go to the hospital, and we got her to the hospital. That was a long journey. So the hospital trip, we get there, and initially we thought she had the flu. I'm an LPN, so that's what my initial thought was. We get there, and she starts acting super funny. We never got a temperature on her. They couldn't get a temperature on her. We get there, she was checking in, she was super uncomfortable, to the point where I had to take her out the wheelchair, and she actually laid down at the medical center in Lincoln. And that's kind of weird for her because my mom did not like germs. It was really weird. And she just started acting super just out of pocket, like not letting anyone touch her, just being super combative. Once we got her back to do the blood draw, that was the last I was actually with her. And then I think my next thing was calling you. I feel we were talking all day though, like texting back and forth all day.
Updated.
Because backstory, I didn't actually grow up with my sisters. I grew up with my dad. So me just coming into the whole family, the summer of 2015? 14, yeah. So that was 2 years, yeah. So I'm just coming in here, meeting everybody, different personalities and everything, and then get hit by a big ass bomb. The next thing for me is I actually had to leave because remember,
you had a big game.
Yeah, so yeah, that makes me so mad still. Had to pick up my son. When I got back, they wouldn't allow me to go back into, I guess, like the triage center part back there, which is kind of funny because usually you can just walk. Yeah, either way, I felt like they were blocking me to get to my mom. Things started to kind of spiral out of control. When I got there, I waited to the sideline for like 15 minutes. Then they finally get me back there, and I come back there, I know where she's at, so I'm darting straight for there, and then I get intercepted by a chaplain and like a nurse and a neurologist, whatever, and it just kind of goes from there, telling me she's unresponsive, she's having a seizure as they try to do blood work for her, so it's just a lot of stuff, and I was literally the only one by myself for like, maybe 3.5 hours by myself with her. That's my timeline. Anybody else?
I mean, I guess I'll go. I remember that morning, mind you, that week before that, I had spring break, so obviously was home all week, and then that following week, I was just being me, not going to school. And that morning, I was actually getting dressed to go to school. I was like, I didn't go for, I was like, let me just get up and go. And when I'm putting my clothes on, she was in the front room. She's like, no, like, stay and take care of me. I'm like, okay, so must be something wrong, because, like, you be, you know how she be.
Right.
And,
take your ass to school.
Right. And I got Jaden up and got her dressed and, put her on the bus. And she was just laying down all day. I remember, going to the store getting her medicine, just thinking she was, like, sick.
Regular sick.
Yeah, regular sick. And I was in the other room all day. This kind of irks me because, the whole day I was with her, but I wasn't with her. Yeah. Like, I was in a totally different room. Then she calls me in a room and was like, call your dad and tell him to come pick up her from school because I'm sick and, whatever. I call him, and I just didn't think nothing of it. Uncle Ray comes upstairs, and he, goes in the room, make sure she's fine. He's like, let's go to the hospital, She's like, no. I'm waiting for Ashley. Like, she wanted to wait for you.
So she knew it's so crazy. Like, I don't even know she knew it was off. Like, she just, I remember you would text me.
I feel like I'm skipping ahead, but I just feel like, just from the short things that you guys are saying, like, because I think it's the first time we actually sit down to talk about from everyone else's perspective of that day, it almost makes me feel like, did she know something that we didn't?
Right.
Did she know something else was wrong?
Because
why did she need to get picked up if Ty was going to get home? If Ty was home, why wouldn't she be able to come home after school? It just makes no sense.
Right, and then it felt like she wanted to wait for you. Like,
right, why did she want you?
Out of all people, and he could have.
And literally, you think about it, maybe you, because you literally only had 2 years.
And you came and got her, and I just remember the last thing. Oh my God, I just remember the last thing. Sorry. Last time I was putting her in the car, and I remember oh no, you texted me. I was like, help get her dressed. So I'm like, all right, cool. And her sweatpants and her shirt. And we was trying to get her in the back of Pop-Up car. And honest to God, I don't think I ever even told y'all. I was just thinking, like, I hope she okay. Like, this might be the last time I see my mom. I don't know why I felt like that. You know, she went to the hospital a couple times. And, you know, you always scared. You don't know what's going on back. I never had that feeling that she's not coming back. And that feeling was like, she's not coming back. And that was the last time I seen her alive. The whole time, I don't even remember if I even said, like, bye or love you. And it just, I don't know. It just...
She worried about the wrong one. Oh my God, are you serious? The gag is.
Okay, next person. I'm going
You're not done today.
I'm actually kind of funny. Oh, we're going.
Right, the whole day.
The whole day. So, you know, after y'all left, you know, all the kids started coming home. You know, Kamar, Sanaa, and you dropped Gabe back off. This is the sad part that scared me. Yeah, this is the part that killed me. I hate it. We hear her knock at the door, and this time I look at the door, and it's Moss. No, I'm looking, I don't see nobody. You know how the steps are, so I go out there, it's Mossy sitting on the steps. And she's sitting there, and I'm like, what's wrong? Like, you know, she don't really, I only see her at her house.
Right.
I'm like, what's wrong? And she walked all the way down?
Yes.
Yes, all the way down to the house. And me, I didn't even know, she was right behind me. I didn't realize it. And she was like, where's your mom? Like, in the hospital. And she started crying. I'm like, what's wrong? And she was like, I heard she died. And my heart dropped. I stopped. I literally just stopped. And I turned around. And she just like this. She's like I seen Sanaa just lose it. And I'm like, no. Like, I had to get it together. Because I didn't know what was going on. So I'm getting it. I'm like, no, dude, she fine. I call you. And you lied to me.
Oh, God. I had just, like...
I never knew that.
I called her first.
The nurse just came in. It was a nurse. I never forget. This white lady. Skinny-ass white lady. The blondest, ugliest fucking hair. And she had this white shirt and this black pencil skirt. And I remember these shoes. This is so weird. Her shoes just like, I'm just looking at her fucking shoes. And they were like they made the loudest fucking clicks when she walked down the hall. And it's just like, I don't know if you guys ever experienced something like, we just know doomsday is fucking coming.
Right.
And when she came in and she said that, and I swear to God, as soon as she said, oh, I'm so sorry, we did everything we could, she's gonna text me and be like, hey, how's mommy doing?
Yeah, she called me.
And I was shaking so bad, I was shaking so bad I couldn't text anybody. And I called you and I felt like I just couldn't even get the words out. I remember somebody called me.
Aunt Jody called me, and she's like, how's she doing? And I couldn't get it out, and I kept telling her, like, no, she's not okay. And I finally got it out. It took me like 10 minutes to scream it over the phone. I dropped the phone, and she walks in the hospital room, and she's looking at me, and she's like, where's your mom? And I'm looking at her like, I just fucking I could not move. Like, I couldn't do anything. I always wonder, why did it have to be fucking me?
Like that. I feel like that should have been you. Like, it's so much things that I feel now that I can't talk about with you guys.
But do you think that, like, maybe, how you were saying, that she
that it was meant
that
to
she
be
did, that she
so
wanted
somebody,
to
I can't remember
with
who,
you.
but I remember saying that to somebody recently. Not recently, maybe a year ago, saying that I feel messed up because I'm always that person. Any other time she's been in the hospital, I've been there, and I know she don't like the hospital.
The whole day, I was like telling her, like, she tried to hit me, like, she really tried to hit me.
She don't like the hospital, so she doesn't like to go alone. I always go to the hospital with her. So for me, my biggest hurt is that I wasn't there. And somebody said to me, "Can you imagine if you were there? What do you think you would do? What do you think? How do you think you would be able to still be right now if you were there in that moment?" The moment wasn't for me.
I don't know. And then I just think about the nurses and everything. Like, it should have been a red flag to me. This is what I do every day. It should have been a red flag to me. Like, they did not get a temperature on her.
How don't you get a
She
temperature
was
on a
dying
living
the
person?
entire time we were there, and nobody fucking knew.
Is she?
I'm distraught trying to get. I'm on 76 in traffic.
So you weren't even there yet?
No.
Oh. Okay.
And I was trying not to fucking. When I tell you that I've never been in a position in my life where I could not control my thoughts, my body movements, and I couldn't say anything, I couldn't do anything. Like, I couldn't even fucking cry. I just sat there. I'm not even gonna lie. I sat there and I was like, what? Like, shit don't make sense. And the more I thought about it, and then they moved her from point A to point B, and I fucking saw that shit, and it was the rap. It was a fucking rap.
I
throwing
am
up all over
so
the place.
happy I was not
entrance
there
was
when you
horrible.
were there. That is probably, thank you God. I'm sorry. But First of all, when I got there, once I see you, it was a wrap anyway. But I don't like seeing none of y'all when y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that kills you even more. And
yeah, that first moment. Yeah, your first moment killed me. So
that was just
Hers
mess.
killed me because that scream she get.
Who hers?
That scream. That
you know,
distinctive
Tiana said that to
scream.
me like maybe a month ago. She's like, I don't know if you. She's like, you probably don't even know. She's like, but I will never forget. Before y'all came into church, everybody in the church
She
heard you screaming. She's like, I will never. That's never going to leave me. She was like, it was like everybody in the church could feel the pain. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember when I got stepped out the car. I was like okay in the car. I stepped out the car, but as soon as I went to walk up the steps, and it was like, okay, this is real. I almost like fell out. Remember, like they were like Nikki was like holding me,
at her, like,
and Nikki was like, you gotta come, like whispering to me like, you gotta get up. You gotta go see your mom. She had been sick since Monday morning, but y'all probably don't remember that. But 2 weeks before that, I was real sick. Instagram post came up and I seen it recently. I was sick 2 weeks before that. Right before I started the post office, my orientation, I was sick because I remember saying I gotta get better because I can't miss my orientation at the post office. So when she got sick, I just thought it was the same thing because I had the same thing. The body aches. I was in the bed. I had the fever. So it was no big deal. It was just like, okay, whatever I had, now she got it, whatever. She had it since Monday. When I got there, she was in the bed or whatever, and she was like, mind you, I was there from fucking 8 o'clock in the morning till like 10:30 in the morning. Before I left, I'll go in the room, I'm like, Mom, you okay? You need anything before I leave? I'm about to go to work. She's like, no, but I think I'm gonna go to the hospital today. So I remember my face balled up, just like this. My face was balled up. I'm like, why? What do you mean? Why didn't you say that when I first got here? I would have took you already before I went to work. No, you just started your job. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna wait for Devon to get off. Remember, he was working at that restaurant. He used to get off early. Early. Like he used to get there. So she's like, no, I'm gonna just wait for Devon. I'm gonna get him to take drive daddy car and he can take me. So I was just like, okay, fine. Wait a minute, hold it. So I remember saying, well, why you want to go to the hospital? She never wants to go to the doctors or the hospital. Why you want to go to the hospital? She said, child, I feel too weak. I feel like I can't even get up and wash my coochie.
Oh, God. Yep, that's Mom.
Right. So I bust out laughing. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I leave, I go to work. It must have been about maybe 2, 3, you were texting me saying, I think I texted y'all first earlier that day saying, how was things going? You guys said you were still waiting, but you said she was asking to go home. She was tired of waiting.
Yes, and then we just got there.
She was saying she was uncomfortable in the chairs. And she wanted to lay down.
She was okay, so we got her in the wheelchair. I found someone out here a wheelchair for her, right? So I get the wheelchair, whatever, and I parked in a place where I shouldn't have parked at because I was like, no, I can't even park this shit right because she was acting crazy. In the wheelchair, she's like slumped over and she's like moving around. Like, you know how I get when I start throwing up and I'm just like walking around pacing back and forth? That was like her and herself. And then like, I was like, yo, don't touch me. She wasn't there. Like,
and she was texting me like she want to leave. I'm like, well, you can't. Don't listen to her. Like, you said something about like, yeah, maybe that she was just unresponsive, but she definitely didn't say that she was gone. But I remember even crying then. Like my supervisor was standing next to me, and I was on the phone. I'm like, all right, I'm coming, and I hung up, and instantly I'm crying. I'm like running to get my stuff. I'm like, I gotta go. Something is wrong with my mom. So he's like, go ahead. So I leave. I get on 76. Maybe 10 minutes after I was on 76, maybe 10, 15 minutes, she calls me back, frantic, crying. She's gone, Mommy's gone. So I'm like, what? She's like bawling, like, Mommy is gone. And I'm like what? Still, like, not really comprehending.
Nobody believed me. I even called
like,
my mom too.
It was just so hard to comprehend, I think.
That she's gone.
Right.